Hello everyone. The title for the present study is Positive Psychology as a Counterweight to Youth Economic Deprivation. There are three motivators behind conducting this study. The first, the young adults face more socio-economic challenges. Due to unemployment, they lack desirable professional activity, framing a separate identity from the family, not fully equipped educationally to find appropriate job, and finally cannot support their financial personal needs. Hence, the study takes into account the young adults. Erik Erikson, a psychologist, called this stage as the stage of identity and role confusion. As seen in the present model by Patel and Das, in 2012, poverty, which includes economic deprivation, low education, unemployment, and lack of basic amenities, leads to mental ill health. Poverty and lack of well-being leads to young adults fall into the vicious circle of poverty. The second motivator factor behind the study is young generation without a proper professional and educational level creates a vicious circle of poverty and perpetuation of gender stereotypes. As seen, the Gender Equality Index measures gender equality in 8 areas: power, knowledge, work, violence, health, time, and money. In our work, we focused on the domain of work and money to study the perceptions of financial future among the adults in Ukraine and India. We can see the current dynamics of gender inequalities on the screen. The gap in the income poverty between women and men increases during women's peak productive and reproductive ages. Women in rural communities and low-income countries spend up to 14 hours a day on unpaid care work, which is 5 times more than men do in such communities. Globally, 42% of the women of working age are outside the paid labor force compared to only 6% of men because of unpaid care responsibilities. Girls who undertake a large amount of unpaid care work have lower rates of school attendance than the other girls. Hence, gender equality becomes an important variable to study in the subjective well-being. The third motivation behind the study is self-reflection and sense of self-efficacy as a medium of positive psychology improves subjective well-being. The sources of self-efficacy are performance outcomes, experience, verbal persuasion, and physiological arousal. In the literature review, it was revealed that mindfulness is integrated in many positive psychology manuals as a positive technique, but they have rarely developed the implications of their use or have investigated the relationship between mindfulness and human well-being. The objectives for the current study were to study the role of socio-psychological factors that determine gender role of the young adults, to find the effect of attitudes, both traditional and egalitarian, on the professional aspirations, to find out the differences in subjective well-being of two genders, to find out the differences, self-efficacy and self-reflection among the two genders. This research was done among students between the age group of 18 to 24 in India and Ukraine. The total sample size was 298 students, in which 180 female and 118 male students were taken. The methodology of the study was the focused group discussions, the survey on the endorsement of the gender stereotypes, positive psychology measures, which were self-efficacy and self-reflection, and guided writing exercises, me in 10 years. Through this study, it was concluded that the gender earning imbalance has deep roots in socialization. Positive psychology attributes self-efficacy and the ability to engage in self-reflection has potential to promote more egalitarian gender beliefs. As educators, we need to do more to promote gender equality. This study is a small attempt to support the gender equality. Thank you, all of you. We open for the question-answer round.